So hello everybody. So now after when we have already finished with the thing like how we can summarize for the qualitative or categorical data, now we can jump into the data visualization of the quantitative data, which could be more popular in the real world, and I'm pretty sure that will be more helpful for you to just study in this part. So basically, they are quite the same with the quantitative data and the qualitative data with the process of doing the analysis. First of all, we have the data like this one, and the thing which we try to do would be like we make the frequency distribution table. We try to group everything into the data group, which can have to say for the space when we try to display for the frequency table. If not, everything will be just so terrible. You will see directly right after that. And moreover, in terms of the data visualization, we will use the histogram to just conduct all the analysis for the visual effect to the audio. Now we would just try to do it with we practice with the same, right? We with the same folder, and now we have the file startup. So basically you can get the data. Now we had to just do some assumption about what exactly this one is, but I think this is not too hard. So that's the amount rise in the $1 million for the startup in the United States. So we have up here how many startups that we want to see. Again, we have to check it for the dimension. Of course, we just have a one single variable, and here you go down, control and arrow down. You see like around 52. That's quite the same with the data side with the previous example of the what the substring, right? Okay, and now the thing we have to go to do will be like just try to summarize something. Now we want to see the distribution of the amount of money rise by the startup. Okay, the startup. Okay, here that will be 50 startup. Okay, now, and we see the data have dimension. We can say the dimension. So we have a 50 observation, as you see, and also just one variable single. This is a quantitative data, okay? Quantitative variable, of course. The variable here will be amount of rise in $1 million. Okay, and now I will go directly into how we can conduct the analysis. So the same, you you select for all the data in just one single click, control A, right? So I select all of the data, and then I go into insert, and this time answer we can use the pivot chart and pivot table option to just generate for both the frequency table and also the graph, the histogram graph. Okay, now I do the same. If you have just walked into my previous video, I think that they will not allow a kind of problem with you. Now I will say okay, and I have it here. I will try to just make it a little bit bigger. Yeah, so I want this to be the histogram. Okay, and here this will be the what frequency table distribution table. Okay, now okay, and now what we're gonna do, we have to just try to pull out it, right? So first of all, the same like amount of price, we will have to write this way. Okay, and this is the problem now. What is the problem? You can see it like, because this is a quantitative data, when the quantitative data is displayed, they can have the different kinds of value. For example, 18 could be the smallest values of this one, and we jump up to like 272. So you see like over here they have been spread out for a lot, like wide, very wide range of data. And that will not have to just summarize a lot, right? The thing would be like the table will be very long for us. So what we're gonna have to do, I will show you how. So this is the time for us to just group it in, and how we can group it. Right click, do it with the group. Previously you have learned how to move, right? And now we don't need to do that, but we will group it on. So we group it, and we say like start from, like 18 will be the smallest, and 272 will be the biggest. I will want to say like it will be the gap will be 10, but that's still a lot. Now I change it a little bit. Okay, I change it a little bit. So the gap should be a little bit bigger. I put it like 30, and I still have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's still a lot of group. No, I don't want to do it. I will put it up to like 50. Here we go. Now we have just 5 group from the 18 to 67, 68 to 177, and something like that too. We do it, and we just have to write this on. Now the group have been already kind of like grouped up, but the thing like we have to put it into the number. We want to count like how many startup will be will be grouped from like 18 to 67 in the money amount that already raised in the duration of operation. So we do it. We just put it into value. Normally you have to check it if that's the sum or average, but now that's been automatically just put into count, so it's good. And you can see it very clearly now. That's everything will be have been put into order. And you say like up to 25 or over like 50 of all the startup survey, that's fall into the group from like 18 million to the 67 million. And the same thing with the other. It looked like there will be very few of them can raise up the money more than 116A something. Yeah, that's costly, right? So that makes sense. For most of them we just fall between something average, like about 20 million to 60 something million. Yeah, that makes sense. And also here the histogram has been allocated. You can see like everything have been here, and the thing we'll have to do is just like, I mean, like this is super very kind of convenient compared to you have to do it by yourself and previously. So now I just have to change the title. For example, I will put it like histogram of the amount price, okay, in $1,000,000. Okay, that'd be fine. And now you see like how they distribute, right? I told you one more time, most of the monies most of the startup will be raise the money between like 18 to 67, or from like 68 to 118. So in sum, I can say like from the table, the frequency table and the histogram, most of the startup could raise from 18 to 117 million dollars. Okay, of course you can put some more command like yeah, and also the in opposite, very few of them could rise more than, for example here, just 1 or 2 of them, right, more than 160 million dollars. Okay, so most of them will be just average. Okay, fine. And finally, it still had not look like what this one, right? This would be go together. So how can I do it? It's very simple, man. Just go it and add for the format. No, it's not the format. And then it's just gap width. They 2 bit, and you have to just put it down. You see it here. You want to have a little bit small gap. That's be fine. But I love to do this one. Okay, and you see like it's now look really like the histogram. The thing would be like we just have a very few amounts of the data, but if we have it more, that's will look more beautiful. I hope that's so. Just hope that we can do it the same with this one. Like for example, I will put like the entrance. Let's check it. Okay, I want to get it for the graduation or the entrance, the university entrance exam, right? And you can see like how they use the histogram to just demonstrate for the distribution of all the very like example in the math, right? How all the students make it in the different kinds of brand of the grades. So it's quite the same. All right, now. And the last thing that I have to do will be just try to make the relative frequency table too. So I copy it down. Oh no, sorry man. Okay, Control C. Yep, I copy it down. Okay. And if I want to do it look better, okay, I can do it. And this will be frequency. And this could be relative frequency. Okay, and it here. Now everything should be I put like total 2, the total number of course like n plus for equal, yep, 50. And the same I like to take to 25 over for 50 to get for the relative frequencies of this group. Okay, and I score it down and I put it into percentage to make it look better. And I put it like in the frequencies, and yep, I put them into the border. I want to have a thicker border. I want that's all would be Tom New Roman, right? Look really professional now. And I bow them. Okay, and there's one I just color to highlight for the top. Okay, ready to submit. Thank you so much for your attendance.